Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of tonight's episode of Fear the Walking Dead on AMC. This week we've seen episode 14 of season 3, leading up to the 2-hour finale next week called El Matadero. And sorry if I just butchered the title, but so after last week's episode, This Land Is Your Land, I'm very, very happy with Fear the Walking Dead. Season 3 overall has been better all around. But I just think Alicia's whole story last week, I thought really put it up there on the level it should be. Alicia Debnam-Carey did an amazing job. So happy that she's getting some strong material to work with on the show now, since I've been a big fan of hers for a while. And this week's episode is pretty good as well. Of course, not like the landmark episode that This Land Is Your Land was, but still a pretty good follow-up, and it definitely gives some momentum going into that 2-hour finale next week. I'm really happy I can finally be into Fear the Walking Dead. I'm excited. I am genuinely looking forward to it, and I am very happy about that. And sorry, just trying to find something real quick. Put up a picture with in a second. But anyway. The episode had Alicia off on her own. Nick and Troy do catch up to her, though, and of course she almost fires on them, which is great. But her and Nick actually have a pretty good, heart-to-heart, and Nick, knows he's not going to be able to, take her back to Madison or anything like that. But they come to an understanding. They bond a bit, and of course they hug. And Alicia seemed to genuinely be happy when Nick left, actually appreciate their moment together there, because they've had sort of they haven't delved into this too much throughout the series, but it's always been brought up here and there that there's kind of like a jealousy between them, or at least that Alicia feels towards Madison's relationship with Nick. So I'm glad that they're sort of getting closer again, as they were when they were younger, as Alicia had talked about in last week's episode. So it was good to see a moment like that. And I also appreciated Troy staying quiet throughout their whole conversation, so maybe he actually, cares, or he, respects them enough to say their piece. I don't know about that. But Troy, again, he's a really interesting character, and I hope they don't kill him off in the finale next week. I hope he actually goes into season 4 as a supporting or main character now for the rest of the series. I think that would be really, really interesting to see him develop for that long. And as far as the rest of Alicia's time this week, we get the ball pit, fight scene, which I didn't really expect. I thought that was pretty cool, pretty fun to watch. And it would be kind of difficult because the zombie, still a sort of a fresh walker. You're trying to pin you down like that, and you're trying to get some kind of a grip or like extra leverage, but you're in this ball pit just like sinking wherever you move and such. It would be kind of difficult to move around with that. But she manages to kill it, of course. And a few other walkers sneak in. She doesn't sort of want to take them all on in a confined space with just her a knife and a gun that could, make too much noise and such. So she hides in the ball pit. Then she sees someone come in with a pickaxe and, take them all out. At first I thought this is the woman from those Passage shorts, they did earlier on. But I'm not sure. I don't think it is. But either way, she seemed kind of interesting. I'm wondering if she's kind of going to be another supporting character they'll add for the next season too. I don't know, but it was good to see Alicia get along with someone else, I guess. And as far as now the Madison and Daniel side of stuff, when Madison is trying to get Ophelia to him, turns out she's actually bitten in last week's episode. I watched some of The Talking Dead, and the actress who plays Ophelia, Mercedes Mason, she said it was when the walker fell on her from the vent when her and her buddy were trying to clear it out last week. Excuse me. No, I didn't even think about it. I didn't think she got bitten. So it was a pretty decent reveal, although I always thought Ophelia was one of those characters that they could kill off at any time, but I just wasn't sure when or how. And I thought it was a very well-acted scene when, Daniel, finds her just dead. She sort of dies, and she could turn at any minute just before he gets to her. So I thought Ruben Blades did a good job acting-wise in that scene. And I still don't like Madison. I still don't think Kim Dickens is a very interesting actor in the role. However, I think she gave one of her more passable performances this week. It was still a little bit dry, but I think she did better than she has in other scenarios. So I still thought it turned into a pretty well done scene, and I like that Daniel came to her later to talk to her about it. And they talked about how Ophelia wanted to get to know the real him, and she's sorry she couldn't. But Madison actually said something that's pretty well written about kids already knowing their parents, they have this connection and such like that. She said it better than I did, or it was at least written better than I'm saying. But I like that. And then as far as Strand, he seems to be up to something. I do. That's one of the times when I do like Madison, is her and Strand's odd connection that they have in friendship, because I think they have some good back and forths together. But Strandy seems to be sort of building up to something right now, and we see him kind of in action next week with Daniel, so I'm not sure what he's trying to pull there. But it appears like Nick and Troy and the others are going to try and steal some supplies and everything like that. So it should be an interesting finale next week. And I'm excited where Alicia's story is going. She's definitely my favorite character on the show. Again, just happy to see Alicia Debnam-Carey really getting to show more of her talent now. But yeah, I really like this episode. I'm rating it a 9 out of 10. I liked it that much. And so follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. One issue I did have for the episode, though, is something that's been present throughout the whole series, the whole guts trick. You can't even really call it the guts trick anymore. It was when they first did in season 1 of the original series, because Rick and Glenn and the others just had to cover themselves, and they had to have actual intestines and stuff to really mask it. And that was that far into the apocalypse, but they still had to cover themselves up that much. Whereas with this, every single time since Nick has done it, it's only been a few smears here and there. And I don't really see how that would pass, especially when the zombies are supposed to be a little bit more fresh, this early on. But, it's just odd. But Nick's kind of gone off the deep end a little bit, and he sort of relapsed with Troy. Even Troy was trying to talk him down a little bit this week with his addiction, but we'll see where that goes. So, yeah, catch you guys next time.